The police have commenced broad-based investigations into a killing which occurred inside a parked vehicle on Marine Drive in Bambalapitia. Police media spokesperson SSP Prashant Jaikudi said that investigations are proceeding based on fingerprints found inside the vehicle. The police added that statements have been obtained from about 10 persons regarding the killing. News First's Nadeem Majid filed this report.
The victim, Vijit De Costa, was a resident of Polhengoda Road in Kirlapona. He was employed as the general manager of a shipping company.
When he left home, it was about 9:05 in the morning. He listened to Bana on the radio in the morning and left afterwards. He conducts classes privately and his students were having an examination conducted by the shipbrokers. That was where he went.
This is the residence of MV De Costa, who was murdered yesterday along Marine Drive in Bambalapitia. He left here last morning to go for work. After Vijit De Costa left his house this morning, he was seen next at about 9:30 in the morning. That was when he arrived in Kolpiti, about 4 kilometers from his house. Vijit De Costa arrived in Kolpiti to supervise an examination at an institution where he worked as a visiting lecturer.
Vijit De Costa has been a visiting lecturer at our institute for around 5 years, and yesterday also he came to conduct the examination because yesterday Sunday morning we had a lecture in one classroom at the Ladies College Vocational in Kolpiti, and in the other classroom we had the examination for the previous batch students. So the examination commenced at about 9:45 and Mr. De Costa arrived at the premises around 9:30, and we started the exam at 9:45 and finished at about 1 p.m. Thereafter he handed me all the answer scripts and left the premises around 1:15.
Following his departure from the institute, Vijit De Costa was next found dead inside his car on Marine Drive in Bambalapitia, approximately 2 kilometers away. The police said his body was found at about 1:20 p.m. The Crime Watch investigation team visited the crime scene. This restaurant belongs to my daughter. I manage it. At about 1:15, I was checking the bills with the cashier. Then a small boy that we know came inside. He keeps coming in and out. He would be about 12 or 13. He opened the door slightly and said somebody's killing. I did not allow anyone to get close to the car because I used to work in the police emergency response, so I kept the people away and dialed the police emergency unit.
Somebody's killing you. Man kaara kitwende dunne. Moda api police megen sa. Kitwende dunne okkama ehat mehat karala man police emergency ekata kara. Hadisi amitu manse. Man ekata call ekak dunna.
The body of the murdered individual was found right here on this spot inside his car, right here on Marine Drive in Bambalapitia. Now, as you can see, within sight of the crime scene is the Bambalapitia train station. We questioned the station master at the Bambalapitia railway station as to what trains the killer could have boarded in the event that he did board a train from here after 1:20 p.m. Accordingly, the killer could have boarded either the 154 to Colombo or the 220 train to Alutgama. The Crime Watch investigation team also visited the office of the shipping company on Cambridge Terrace in Colombo to inquire if Vijit De Costa had reported to work yesterday. This information was not forthcoming.
All I ask is that the murderer is found.
Crime Watch investigation will continue to keep a close watch. Nadeem Majid, News First. 8 killings in the past 72 hours. A security officer working at a financial institution in Gampala town killed. Police discovered the body of a man on a by-road in the Mahavali village in Digana, Teldenia. The OIC of the Ratnapula Police Training College shot dead in Alapatha. A man found murdered with his throat slit inside a car on Marine Drive in Bambalapitia. A security guard killed inside a building in Nugegoda. A 22-year-old youth hacked to death with a sharp object in Borlaskamua. Body of a 49-year-old woman discovered in a house in Galevela. Dismembered body of an unidentified man discovered in a river near the Borupana bridge in Ratmalana. 8 killings within 72 hours. Who should be held responsible? Is the law being enforced?
In 2005, the Asian Development Bank provided a loan for the construction of a water tank around this well, located on a state-owned plot of land in Maningala, Nathandia. The loan was provided to the Maningala Community Organization, which is established in accordance with the Water Supply and Drainage Board's Community Water Scheme. Although plans were made to meet the drinking water needs of 650 families through this water scheme, as a result of the project being implemented in violation of the original plans, the benefits of this scheme are only being reaped by 265 families. All 265 families are at present members of the said committee. Under this scheme, a sum of 15 rupees is charged per unit of water supplied through the pipe system. In addition, every family is required to pay a service charge of 80 rupees per month and a membership charge of 10 rupees per month. Since last April, the water supply through this scheme has been severely restricted due to the drought conditions. Although 2 weeks have passed now since the well was filled with the onset of rains, the members of this scheme are yet to receive water. The charges being levelled by the villagers are fair because once they pay the bill, they expect to have water. But in the event that a motor burns out or a technical fault arises, it will take a week or two to restore the supply. This is what has happened. This revelation made by the chairman of the community committee goes to show his failure in maintaining this service, which has been functioning for 7 years. Although the service efficiency is deplorable, 2 persons who continuously worked on this scheme from the day of its commencement earn a salary of 12,000 rupees a month. One of them is the chairman's wife. While the members of the scheme have been denied the right to even look into its accounts, the divisional secretariat too has failed to commit to its responsibility of monitoring the operations of this scheme. Will this deception, which is being undertaken under the guise of providing water through funds which were obtained from a loan on a state-owned plot of land, be allowed to continue? District Secretary of Puttalam, this one is over to you.
In other local news, United National Party parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake visited the 298, 276 and 270 tenements down Modra Street today.
Purpose of parliamentarian Ravi Karunanayake's visit was to inquire about the water problem prevalent in the area. The UMP MP in turn informed the Water Supply and Drainage Board about the problem.
I can only state that by not providing any relief to this water problem, I am requesting the chairman and the deputy chairman of the water board to resolve this problem and provide a solution to the innocent and sick people here.
And time now to take a look at our newspaper cartoon of the day.
Tonight we commence a new segment in collaboration with our website www.newsfirst.lk. The views expressed by 3 selected individuals and aired on the previous night's news have been posted on our website. Of the 3 speakers, whose opinion do you like the most? You could visit the website and vote.
The best cut. Make your choice now.
If the police do not sell narcotics, then narcotics can be eradicated from Kotte. Racing cars worth millions are being brought down tax-free while the cost of living is skyrocketing daily. This budget has pushed the common man into starvation while the government is focusing on Lamborghinis.
Vote now for your favorite cut of the day. Log on to www.newsfirst.lk or SMS to BEST space your choice and send it to 7788. For the best cut of the day, watch News First on Sirius TV at 10 tonight.
Good evening and welcome to News First International Desk. Fighting continues in the Gaza border with both Israel and Hamas militants continuing cross-border attacks. The UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has called for an immediate ceasefire as clashes enters its 6th day.
Innocent bystanders along the Gaza-Israeli border have become the foremost casualties in the ongoing conflict between militants and Israeli forces as Operation Peel-Off Defense continues. When rockets strike, residents living within range around the Gaza-Israeli border run for cover, which however does not guarantee protection. Amateur video posted on a social media website shows a huge blast amidst the buildings of a Gaza neighborhood following an Israeli airstrike. The video shows a large explosion ripping through the densely populated area. Meanwhile, Israeli hospitals are moving their patients to a safe area to protect them from the ongoing barrage of rockets fired from Gaza. Also, Israel continued to deploy ground forces along Gaza's border as hostilities between Islamist militants and Israel entered a sixth day today. In the meantime, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has called on Israel and Hamas to stop this dangerous escalation in the Gaza Strip to avoid further bloodshed in Israel and the Palestinian territories. Also, US President Barack Obama, who's on his first leg of his Southeast Asia tour, insisted that Israel had a right to defend itself but preferred to avoid an Israeli ground offensive in Gaza.
There's no country on earth that would tolerate missiles raining down on its citizens from outside its borders. So we are fully supportive of Israel's right to defend itself from missiles landing on people's homes and workplaces and potentially killing civilians.
Gaza's Hamas militants claim to use Iranian-designed Fajr 5 rockets. Israel's Iron Dome system has received extensive support from Washington, which seeks both to reassure and restrain the Jewish state in the face of the nuclear advances of its arch-enemy Iran.
The American and the Israeli militaries are 20 years more advanced than the Iranian armies. So Iran must never get into a military confrontation either with the US or with Israel. Of course, Iran will use terrorist and guerrilla methods to fight America and Israel and other countries. So there will be no clear winners. Every country will suffer as a result of this confrontation. If there's a war between America and Iran, between Israel and Iran, that will affect Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka is dependent on its relationship with Iran. Sri Lanka should do everything possible to stop that war.
If there is a rocket heading this way, then an alarm goes off. Once the alarm goes off, everyone heads to the basement of the building, or else they are asked to stay indoors. I am in Jerusalem itself, just 2 kilometers away from the mosque in Jerusalem. Life goes on as usual here.
Since the recent attacks on Gaza began, we have been constantly hearing about the Israel Iron Dome system, which the army claims to be an effective missile defense shield. What are its origin and how does it function? Let's take a look.
The Iron Dome has its roots in the 2006 conflict Israel fought with the Islamist group Hezbollah. After years of development, the system came online in early 2011. During the current Gaza crisis, the system has been repeatedly praised by the Israeli military. The system is designed to shoot down incoming rockets using sophisticated radars to track them, intercept and destroy them far from their targets. According to their army, over 980 rockets have been launched from Gaza at Israel, of which 287 have been intercepted, with 90% of the attempted interceptions being successful.